Hey guys, my name is Nick and I'm a photographer and content creator. Thanks for tuning into our channel. This is the Shot at Home series episode number 4 and I'm really glad that you made it to episode number 4 and special thanks to Suryansh for making this video possible. And this is a music video that I shot in my home. I think it was a couple of years back in 2018 for a song called Dhadak, and it was the title song for the movie. And this was a song cover sung by Suryansh and Aparna, and special thanks to these two people for making this lovely video possible and also helping me with the setup of this shoot. So moving forward, I'm going to be condensing a lot of information, so stay tuned and pay close attention to what I'm going to be sharing. And it's going to be a little bit of a long video. I'll try my best to condense it by speaking a little bit faster this time, so bear with me. So grab a cup of coffee or your favorite drink and join me as I explain the lighting breakdown and what gear that I used for this shoot. I'm going to be explaining as I move along and as I draw, so that you can also have an idea of what I'm going to be explaining about. So moving forward, this is the lighting flow plan that I made on Photoshop. As you can see, it's not a very professional flow plan, but thanks to free pick, I was able to use some free resources online, and I'm going to be linking the guy who made these illustrations. So special thanks to this person. I'm going to be putting his name on the screen. And this is Suryansh on the left, and we have Aparna on the right. And to light both of these people, I used two 150 watt Dedolights going through a softbox. It was a small softbox, and we made our living room into a little bit of a music video setup. So special thanks to my mom and dad for allowing me to make this video possible. And I used one more spotlight placed to the extreme left corner of the room. This spotlight to just give an accent on the wall back here. I used the Dedolight to light Suryansh right here, and I used another Dedolight to light Aparna here. And as you can see, Suryansh is going to be playing the keyboard as well as singing, and we have a mic as a prop, and I used the keyboard and the mic. Usually music videos are pre-recorded, mixed and mastered in terms of audio, and you play it on the day of the shoot, and you sing along, and you film the music video as it goes, and you sync the audio and the video in post, and to get a multicam video being shot. I used 3 table lamps right here, 1, 2 and 3, just to give a warm accent to the overall room. And I also used these candles right here. So these are candles that I used as also to accent and to give a warm accent to the music video. And I used these candles are also as props to give a little bit of depth to the frame. And I use these candles in the foreground, and you have the candles in the foreground, and you have the talent in the midground, and you also have the window on the background. So when we stack multiple layers, we create depth, and you get that cinematic feel to the music video. So pay attention to these 3 things that I'm going to be constantly explaining in this music video and in this setup. These 3 things are: number 1 is going to be color temperature, number 2 is going to be the various layers of depth, that is the foreground, midground and background, and number 3 is the lighting. So moving on, we are going to be seeing the couple of frames that I have in the music video. So this is the first frame. I'm just going to be playing the music video, so you just get an idea of what the shot is, and the shot is moving from left to right. So coming back to Photoshop, onto the camera left, you have these candles to just get your attention to the warm ambience of the room. And you also have these table lamps as accent lights. So I'm just gonna name them as A, and I placed one accent light to the left of the singer, and also one on the right. So you just have 3 accent slash ambient lights in total. You have these 4 candles on the extreme corner of the frame, just to get a little bit of that foreground action going on. And you have the 2 singers placed diagonally opposite to each other in the midground, and you have the cool daylight color temperature coming from the windows, that is right here. The time period that I shot the music video was from 2:30 till 5:30, so I had a window of roughly 4 hours. So it was less than that. Usually when you do videos like this, it is usually on a soundstage, professionally rigged up. You have a full control outside as well. But since this was an extremely low cost music video, we had to use natural light, and so natural light was really a big beneficial to our to our music video. And what we really did was we used these 3 accent lights, that is the candles and the 2 table lamps that are here, and the third one is actually placed behind Aparna. I'm going to be showing you just in a minute. You have the window light that is helping you to get that cool look in contrast to the warm ambience inside the room. So this was a handheld shot, and before moving forward, I just wanted you to give a quick update on the gear that I used. The gear that I used was a Nikon D750 and a 70-200 lens. This was shot at a 70-200 lens. As you can see, it gives that depth, and the telephoto lens really compresses space, and the compression and the detail really brings forward the foreground elements and the background elements really put together really well, and it gives this unique look. And telephoto lenses are generally used to shoot objects at a very long distance, but I used this at a very closed proximity, at a closed environment. The entire music video was shot in 1080p. Big thanks to my boss for helping me get this gear and so that I can shoot this music video. Moving on, this is the second frame for the music video. This is a close-up of the keyboard being played. As you can see, we have these warm key light giving the whole music video a warm look, and you also have the cool natural light just falling on the keyboard just to give that contrast between the warm tone of a warm skin tone, and also you have the cool blue light that is just falling on the keys. As you can see, these are you have these cool color temperature here, right here in the keys. You have these blue light, a little bit of a blue light. So this is what color contrast really gives you when you shoot with opposite color temperatures. So you have to pay close attention when shooting to opposite color temperatures, as they might interfere. So paying a close attention to what you keep in the frame and also what you subtract elements, keeping them subtle. As you can see, the natural light is not too strong, neither it is too soft. It's somewhere in between. So keeping your color temperatures a little more neutral, that way you can balance in the editing room. So moving on, we have the second frame, and this is a little bit of a close-up again from our telephoto frame. I think this was shot at a 135, and as usual, you have these warm candles on the left, and you also have that warm accent light that I hid behind Suryansh. Moving forward, this is a frame for Aparna. To light her, I used, as usual, I used key light as a side light. Both the key lights for Suryansh as well as for Aparna, I used both of them more of a side rather than a straight on key. This is because I really wanted the warm ambience to be communicated just with the accent light, that is the table lamps, instead of the key light. So the key light is just giving that little bit of that hint, just to bring the talent in the screen, and just to bring the subjects a little more defined, rather than really putting forward a lot of light and emphasizing the subjects in the frame. So I really wanted to keep the lights really subtle, so that is why I used both the lights really as a side light rather than a main straight on key. So as you can see in this frame, we do have the side light from camera right, and also you have the table lamp as an accent coming behind Aparna, and you see the table lamp is separating her from the background. You can also see the warm accent spotlight that I used, as I showed you in the breakdown, in the lighting floor plan, the top view. And this spotlight is actually hitting the wall and is bringing out the texture in the wall. As you can see, I just aimed it right against the wall so that you have this little bit of a circular light action going behind her. I have that table lamp behind her to actually emphasize the overall background behind. So this lighting technique is actually more like 3-point lighting, but is actually a 2-point lighting. So we have a table lamp as an accent, and we have a key light as more like a rim light. So moving forward, you're gonna see the key light being used very subtly, as you can see. So even in this frame, you're gonna see the key light being used as a side light rather than a straight on key. You have a little bit of a harsh shadows on the right, and you have the key light on the left. So you also, this is another frame. As you can see, what I told you earlier, we have these cool daylight coming through the windows. That is a 5600 Kelvin, and you have these warm skin tones that are really at 3200 Kelvin. So you have a little bit of a mixed color temperature, so that is giving a little bit of that color contrast and really giving that depth to the frame. Another frame that I moved the candles around. So in theory I had only 4 candles on the camera right. I had 4 candles on the right of the room, and I moved the 4 candles towards my left right here while I was shooting this frame, so that you have an idea of as if the room was surrounded with candles. So you have a lot of warm elements going around. As you can see from our wide shot right here, the window is pretty big in comparison to the subjects right here. So I think it's a 4 feet by 4 feet window, just placed a little bit above the subject. So they have this cool and soft light coming through the windows, and you have a lot of warm ambient lights that are placed as accent lights to really communicate that the entire music video is only shot and only lit with just table lamps. So moving forward, we have just a few frames. This is another frame for our female singer Aparna, and as you can see, I used the key light more like a rim light, so it's really giving a sharp look, as well as it's adding more contrast to the subject as well. So you have to pay close attention to the light that you're using and where you're positioning the light in the first place. So we have a few more frames. The same technique I used. I placed the candles in the foreground as a foreground element, and you have these amazing bouquet. And I have in the midground I have Aparna singing, and I also have the background. In the background I have the table lamp as an accent, so I'm just going to mark it as A. By allowing and by shooting with different layers and with different elements in the frame, you get and you add more depth and more cinematic feel to the frame, and that's why you see a lot of props being used in filmmaking, and that's because you want to add more depth to the frame. And obviously we have the mic as well as the table lamp, just to give a little bit of that accent and prop, just to give a feel of the music video. So that's it for today's music video. I hope you really enjoyed the breakdown, and I hope you really liked the setup and the things that I showed you. I'll be sure to link all the gear that I used in the description box below, so make sure you check that out. And I'm going to be also linking both Suryan's Instagram and his YouTube channel right down in the description box below. Make sure you check out both Suryan's and as well as Aparna. Make sure you just follow them on Instagram and support their channel too, and show them some love. I'm going to be linking the full music video right in the corner, in the YouTube corner of the screen. I think on the top right or the left, I'm going to be linking the entire music video so that you can have a look. And a super thanks to Aparna and Suryansh for allowing me to use the footage and helping me to make a tutorial of this, and showing you guys how I shot this music video. So this will be our last and final episode of the Shot at Home series. This is the 4th and the final episode. So thank you so much for making till the episode 4. I can't wait to see what you guys have been putting out during this lockdown and post this lockdown period. So if you really like this episode, hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. We have a lot more awesome content coming out in the new year, so stay tuned. I'm going to be seeing you in the new year, and wishing you a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. Happy 2021. Cheers.